Ever wondered why some regions on our planet, like Bangladesh, are experiencing scorching temperatures? What are the causes behind these extreme heat waves? In recent years, Bangladesh has been in the grip of record-breaking heat waves, with temperatures reaching staggering highs. Life in these heated times is not just uncomfortable, it's becoming a struggle for survival. But why is this happening? What's the science behind these sizzling scenarios? To understand this, we need to delve into the main causes behind these heat waves. Yes, because foremost among these causes is climate change, a consequence of human activities. Picture this: every time we burn fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas for energy, we release vast amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. This carbon dioxide acts like a blanket, trapping heat and leading to a warming effect we know as global warming. Similarly, when we cut down forests for timber or to make way for agriculture, we remove one of the planet's key methods of naturally absorbing this carbon dioxide. The trees that once stood tall, sucking in carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen, are no more. This double-edged sword of increasing emissions and decreasing absorption tips the balance, exacerbating the warming effect. And what does this mean for our climate? It means more heat waves. It means these periods of intense, sweltering heat are becoming more frequent, lasting longer, and reaching higher peaks. As a result, regions like Bangladesh are seeing a rise in their average temperatures. Nature, too, plays its part in these heat waves through weather patterns. Our planet's atmospheric circulation patterns and ocean currents have a significant role in dictating our weather. These natural systems can sometimes align in a way that contributes to prolonged periods of hot and dry weather, creating the ideal setting for a heat wave. Imagine atmospheric circulation like a giant conveyor belt, transporting heat around the globe. When this belt slows down or gets stuck in a certain pattern, it can lead to sustained periods of heat in specific regions. Similarly, ocean currents act as vast watery highways, distributing heat from the tropics to the poles. However, when these currents shift or slow down, they can also contribute to heat buildup, exacerbating the conditions that lead to heat waves. These natural processes, combined with human-induced climate change, create the perfect conditions for heat waves. Life on Earth is a delicate balance, and these heat waves are a stark reminder of just how fragile our planet can be. Urban areas, with their concentration of buildings and pavement, are especially vulnerable to heat waves. Picture a city teeming with skyscrapers and asphalt roads, bathing under the relentless sun. This is what we call the urban heat island effect, where cities become islands of heat amidst their cooler rural surroundings. The concrete and asphalt in cities absorb and retain heat, releasing it slowly at night. This leads to higher temperatures in urban areas compared to the surrounding countryside, making cities hotter and trapping them in a prolonged state of heat. This phenomenon doesn't just intensify the heat, it prolongs it. When the sun sets, the rural areas cool down, but in the city, the heat stored in the buildings and roads is released, keeping the city warmer for longer. In essence, the urban heat island effect turns cities into pressure cookers, amplifying the impact of heat waves. Cities in Bangladesh, like Dhaka, are therefore even more at risk from the rising temperatures. Changes in how we use our land can also contribute to these extreme temperatures. Deforestation and urbanization, two significant facets of land use change, can dramatically alter an area's surface characteristics. When lush, green forests are replaced with concrete and asphalt, the balance of heat absorption and release is disturbed. Trees and plants, natural coolants, are replaced by buildings and roads, which soak up the sun's heat during the day and release it slowly at night, causing temperatures to rise. This change is not just a day-to-day issue, it's a cyclical problem. The hotter it gets, the more we rely on air conditioning, which consumes energy, often produced by burning more fossil fuels, further contributing to global warming. This vicious cycle intensifies the severity of heat waves. As Bangladesh continues to urbanize and lose its green cover, it becomes more susceptible to heat waves. Such changes have made Bangladesh more susceptible to heat waves. There's also a wild card in this equation: natural climate variability. This refers to naturally occurring phenomena like El Niño and La Niña, which can significantly influence our weather patterns and contribute to the occurrence of heat waves. El Niño, which translates to the little boy in Spanish, is a periodic warming of sea surface temperatures across the central and east-central equatorial Pacific. On the flip side, we have La Niña, or the little girl, representing periods of below-average sea surface temperatures across the same region. These events can cause considerable shifts in temperature patterns on regional and global scales. For instance, during an El Niño phase, many parts of the world, including Bangladesh, can experience hotter and drier than normal conditions, setting the stage for intense heat waves. The unpredictable nature of these events adds another dimension to our understanding of heat waves. It's not just about more heat, but also about how and when that heat arrives. This unpredictability adds another layer of complexity to the issue of heat waves. So we see that heat waves are not just random occurrences. They are the result of a complex interplay between human activities and natural phenomena, a dance of cause and effect that spans the globe. Climate change, driven predominantly by human activities such as burning fossil fuels and deforestation, is a key player. By releasing greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, we trap heat and create a warming effect, global warming. This leads to rising temperatures, which in turn amplify the frequency, duration, and intensity of heat waves. Weather patterns, too, have a significant role. Atmospheric circulation patterns and ocean currents can cause prolonged periods of hot and dry weather, exacerbating conditions conducive to heat waves. The urban heat island effect also intensifies heat waves. Cities, with their concentration of buildings, pavement, and other heat-absorbing materials, tend to be warmer than rural areas. This effect makes urban heat waves hotter and more prolonged. Changes in land use, such as deforestation and urbanization, alter the surface characteristics of an area and affect its ability to absorb and release heat. These modifications can contribute to the occurrence and severity of heat waves. Natural climate variability, including phenomena like El Niño and La Niña, influences weather patterns and contributes to the onset of heat waves. These events can lead to shifts in temperature patterns on regional and global scales. Understanding these causes is the first step to mitigating the impact of heat waves and adapting to our warming world.